No, I'm gonna chill by myself today. No, not saying no. Anyway, so
These days, I'm letting God handle all things above. The things I can't change are the reason you love me. Listen, you can hear them calling my name. I'm all over the place, I can't sit in one place. I'm not ashamed at all.
successful people grow in isolation. You feel what I'm saying? If you look at all the successful people in the world, you know what I mean? The Elon Musk, the Will Smith, all these people, right? I'm not saying that they become successful and then they isolate themselves, but it was a period of time where they were in isolation, which they eventually created, cultivated, whatever word you want to use. They created the version of themselves that catapult them into who they became. You feel me? I think this mainly happened with music artists. As a music artist myself, check me out. Google me, Josh Different, no spaces. But I think this particularly happens with music artists because when you are alone, when you are isolated for the most part, you are connected with yourself internally and you don't have no distractions. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have nobody that's trying to do nothing but you. So you pretty much just do whatever you authentically want to do. You feel me? You don't have somebody that's trying to use your energy. You don't have somebody that's trying to sway you to do this, even though you don't really want to do that. But then you might really like this person, whether it's a friend, whether it's a partner, whether it's your mom. You feel me? Not like your mom like that. That's crazy. Say no. Whether it's your dad, no diddy. Say no. But you know what I mean? Like your energy is all for you and you can use it for whatever you want. So when I used to isolate myself, especially when I was younger, still to this day, I used to create content, which I'm doing currently, you feel what I'm saying? I used to make music. Um, what did I in like a month and a half, I wrote a book. You feel what I'm saying? Where's my other copy? Because I got a copy on the wall. But I wrote a book, check it out. It's called The Definition of Perseverance on Amazon. You can check it out. I'll pull it up right now. But yeah, so what I've always done was I've always worked on myself when nobody was around, whether that's personal development, whether that's doing things I like on a consistent basis, and it allowed me to grow. So like, you feel me? So like, just different book. I have a copy over there on the wall, but I don't feel like moving the camera. And I have another copy in here that's not like attached to the wall. But anyways, I brought it up. You feel me? So I wrote a whole book, published it. It's all on Amazon. You can check it out. It's $11. Angel Numbers. I am spiritual, but that's not why I made the 11. No, that is why I made it $11 because at that time I was going. No, actually, a while ago I was going through my spiritual awakening. I was seeing all these angel numbers, 44333, whatever the case may be. So I made it $11 for angel numbers. But yeah, it's on. I published it the last day of last year, so December 31st, 2023. Got a couple book reviews, but anyway, that's what I mean. So when you are isolated, it puts you in the position where you can kind of like, work on yourself. You feel me? You can kind of like become the best version of yourself with really no distractions. And like I said, I'm pretty sure if you look up interviews or book stories of people who like the Elon Musk, the like I said, the Will Smiths, the people that became who they became, it probably was a period of time where they kind of stayed by themselves and they probably separated from family, they probably separated from friendships, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, got something on my face. But to put themselves in position to, and not intentionally, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes creative people need to be by themselves, so they put themselves in like an isolated situation because they need to cultivate their own energy. But sometimes it's not even intentionally to become successful. I feel like some people just have it in them to be famous. Some people just have it in them to become music artists. You feel what I'm saying? Some people just have it in them to become who they want to become, and subconsciously, without even realizing it, that energy will only be able to be cultivated if they separate it from the people that surround them. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that, like I said, when I used to isolate myself, right, it was never conscious, bro. It was just like I don't feel right being around these people, and I enjoy and I love being by myself. I love being in my own energy. And then I wasn't thinking like, yeah, when I'm always by myself, I'm always making all these songs. Or when I'm always by myself, I can write a book. Or when I'm always by myself, I can create content, which I will make a lot of content. Still to this day, sometimes I post on TikTok 20 times. I might, make a couple of YouTube videos in one day. I don't think that until now, when I became self-aware of that, it was people intentionally trying to bring my energy down, or it's people intentionally operating with demonic ways, and they can sense that perseverance in me. They can sense that drive in me. They can sense who I am as a person. And I realized that part of it, and I became self-aware. But for me, it wasn't even about that. It was just about the fact that I got this energy inside of me, and I don't feel right around all these people, or I don't feel right around the wrong people, in my mind, wrong, whatever, that don't align with my energy. So now I need to respect that energy, respect myself enough to know that being alone is what I enjoy, and being productive from being alone was just a byproduct of the fact that I love being alone. That's what I mean. Like it was never intentional to do what I do, to make the songs that I make. Like so I had multiple moments in my life where I was isolated, right? And I was able to create dope things from it. When I was super young, I started doing YouTube videos. Jay Diesel Show, check that out. Then after that, I was isolated, started making music years later. Then I was isolated during the time I was homeschooled I became super good at basketball, and I went to high school, started playing basketball, so I cultivated that from that. Then I was isolated when I was homeless, you feel what I'm saying, in Idaho as well as California. Then I was isolated when I wrote that book, and now I'm back in it, you know what I'm saying, in Vegas. I'm back in my isolation where no friends, no family, the whole family situation, that's a whole nother story, you know what I'm saying, which I got mad content out about that. But in the midst of all of my isolation, I was able to make dope songs, you know what I mean, like I said, check me out. I was able to write a book. I was able to survive homelessness, you know what I'm saying. I was able to create a different mind frame, not attached to the Philly mentality, not attached to where I came from, not attached to how my dysfunctional family operates. I was able to become more calm, emotionally regulate myself. I was able to learn about, human nature, human behavior. And all of those things are important because becoming successful, quote unquote, is not really only about being a movie star or the next Elon Musk to make a Facebook.com or whatever. It's just about being alone by yourself. Then you cultivate certain things to create certain things in your life that are not only beneficial for you, but beneficial for other people. So everybody considers success differently. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like success is you aligning yourself with what people call your higher self internally. And in the midst of that, you create different things that can impact your life and other people's lives as well. You don't have to be rich. You don't got to be famous. You don't got to be driving a Ferrari. Now, if you are, that's cool. That's another byproduct of what you do. That's another bonus of what you do. But even if you do certain things and you become isolated and you create success, from my perspective, to the point where you only touch 10 people, 20 people. Like, for example, my YouTube not super popping, but I still post on it because I know it's certain people that tap in with me. They might comment and say, oh, I don't comment on all your videos, but I still watch it. So even though I got only an audience of like 2,000 or 3,000, that's still 2,000, 3,000 people. But on TikTok is another story. I got 20,000. But that doesn't really matter. Numbers are numbers. Like, you might have somebody with 100,000, but you might be touching more people on a deeper level than their 20,000. But it's not really about comparison for real. I just wanted to point that out because that's my perception of success, and I feel like any level of success comes from being alone, being by yourself, being isolated, and you can pretty much create whatever you want to create, especially if you have that creative element internally. And a lot of us do. A lot of anointed ones, a lot of chosen ones, a lot of people breaking generational curses And just a lot of people who have been through things. I feel like a lot of people who have been through some level of trauma or something in their lives have the ability to create, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's a book, you know, or whatever the case may be. So success comes from isolation. Lock in by yourself, be your authentic self, be aligned with your authentic self, and allow your internal mind and your internal heart and the God within inside of you to create your own form of success. Feel me? It's your boy Josh Different. I'm different, you different, we different. I'm out.
These days, I'm letting God handle all things above. The things I can't change are the reason you love me. Listen, you can hear them calling my name. I'm all over the place, I can't sit in one place. I'm not ashamed at all.